another example. Okay, all this whole sexual liberation and blah 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 blah. Like, I was in true story. Last month, I was in the DMV. Sorry, so for you UK guys, that's the place you go to get your driver's license renewed and blah blah blah. Yeah. So I was in the DMV chilling. There was some older niggas there, old white guys, and then a mother came in with her child. I don't know how old this child is. If I had to guess, I would say probably 11. Probably. I don't know. But she was dressing like she was 19. And honestly, it made me uncomfortable. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Why did you let your child leave the house dressed like this? Whatever. Right? I didn't talk. I was like, oh, I guess that's the society we live in, right? Because sexual liberation, right? Because Cardi B. Now we have all these white guys, old white guys, they're looking at us some kind of way, almost like in some predatory type vibe. And I started feeling uncomfortable for her. And I was looking at the mom like, are you not clocking what the fuck is going on here? And everything. Eventually, the child clocked it, the mom clocked it, and then it got into a whole thing. The mom looked back, looked at this white guy like, what are you looking at? And blah, blah, blah. Eventually, she just left the DMV and she's like, oh, I'll come back another day. All that is unnecessary. Why? Like what? Because the whole sexual liberation thing is there's real life consequences. There's still niggas out there that, I'll be honest, like they're predators, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I know we live in a society where we're protesting. We don't want that. We don't want this. But unfortunately, it still exists, right? We have Black Lives Matter marches, but unfortunately, racism still exists, right? I know they're out there protesting for my rights, but I can't walk down the street with a gun because I'm probably going to get shot. That's what I'm saying.
I like that you brought that example. So where racism still exists and it's literally off the color of your skin, you can't hide the color of your skin to prevent racism.
No, I
Same way
can't. But there's
as
certain things I can do to
like what?
minimize my risk.
Like what?
So when I get pulled over by the police, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be blah, blah, blah.
But
Because I
niggas
don't
still
want
get
to
shot
die.
even if they're not doing
Exactly,
anything.
that's what we're saying. Like
But you're
technically,
trying your best is my point.
you shouldn't have to try your best. You're literally just black. You were born black. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
You're just born a woman. It's not your fault that the world wants to sexualize you. It's really not your fault.
No, that's fine. No, and I agree with you. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is don't bait yourself, though. Don't bait yourself. You're not helping. Do you agree with that at least? Can we find common ground there?
Yes.
Okay, then we should.
Yes.
Huh?
What do you mean by bait yourself?
Like don't wear certain types of clothes or something like that, for example.
Certain types of food. If you say don't be walking down the streets late at night, I understand because you could be overpowered. But clothing
or that.
That one I understand. When you're driving,
he's talking about clothing. So what do you think about that?
Izzy, what do you think? Go on.
About what? Sorry.
The clothing. Why not clothing specifically?
I disagree. I honestly disagree. That's what I'm saying about like it's not your fault that you're born a woman and then God blessed you with like boobs and you're a voluptuous.
Okay, see, let me paint you a scenario. Yeah, you want to be married at some point. Do you want kids as well?
We're jumping the gun. Let's
I have a feeling I know it.
So let's say down the line, let's just a scenario. Let's say down the line, you're married, you have kids, your child is like, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, right? This is the TikTok generation, anyways. So they're already seeing what they're supposed to be like. Yeah. So all the whole sexual liberation, dress how you want. She has seen it. So now she's going out with her friends and then she dresses some kind of way. Are you letting her leave the house? Be honest. Just keep it $150. Keep it 100. What do you think?
Would I let her leave the house?
Yeah, dressing, revealing clothes. And she's 12.
She's 12? Of course not. No, she's a child at 12.
But that's my point, though. Is society is painting the picture of blah, 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 be free. And I'm like, no, because there's real life consequences.
Are we preaching be free, but with sense? And how does that work? How do you balance, okay, dress how you want, be who you are, but be cautious of the world? Isn't that literally how this is like? Yes, you shouldn't change who you are. You should be able to express yourself, which is like basically fundamental human rights, freedom of speech, freedom of whatever you want to do. You can't necessarily change society, but does that mean that you now like change how you are as a person or what you would do because of society?
I think there are some instances where you have to. Just for the safety of like life in general, like that, just like it just is what it is, like, and that's like I don't know, like I could be wrong, I could be waffling, But in that scenario, you're not letting your kid leave the house like that, right? She feels justified in doing this because, well, we live in this era like that. It's Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, though. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my beef is really more with society pushing that narrative along with feminism. I believe in equal rights and equal opportunities, but there are certain lines that we should not cross, at least not yet, for the safety of ourselves and I guess eventually our future children. Cool. That's what I'm saying. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Now you understand why I said skills is not a feminist.
I am a feminist too.
You're not a feminist, bro. You're feminist by definition. And this is what I was talking about before. Like the definition on taking on at face value. If you ask 99% of the population, should men and women have equal rights? They'll say yes. But that's like a very surface level definition of what feminism actually is, because it's not about them having rights or having equal rights necessarily. It's about rights that they were meant to be given that they're not necessarily given. One, and it's two also.
But women have do we live in a world where women don't have rights?
What did you say?
Well,
what I'm saying is we don't live in a world where women don't have rights. They have rights. They have every much.
How many years ago did women get this rights?
For some time, I believe, honestly. Like which rights in particular? Which one?
All of them. To drive, vote, to
women been driving for years though.
Not as long as they should have been driving for. Literally, someone
but we can't change the past, innit? Like it is what it is.
In front of the bus for you to go to the DMV and sit with white people. Martin Luther King had to get shot for you to walk the streets of America.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I was going to say I'm glad he did, but like,
yeah, someone has to. Unfortunately, that is the thing. Someone has to do the difficult things.
No, Z, I ain't ducking you. That's facts.
Yeah. So
but that was time ago.
If you keep pushing the idea that yes, but you can't fight this, then you're not getting anywhere. You're literally doing the same things. You're walking on eggshells.
Okay, no. But we're talking about equal rights. Do women not have equal rights today?
Women want to dress how they want to dress, and if it was reversed, men.
That's not an issue of rights, though, is it? Anybody can dress how they want to dress, but there are repercussions. That's just an issue of consequences. If I walk down the street half naked with half my thing out, that's not going to work out too well for me. You know what I'm saying?
So why do you have to go that far, though? Okay, but skills, why do you have to go that far?
No, because what I'm saying is there's nothing that prevents me from doing that, right? Technically, right?
Or are you talking about women just dressing with revealing clothing?
What I'm saying is, no. We segued. We'll talk about rights in general. Today, do we live in a world where women don't have at least equal opportunities?
Skills. Do you believe women are marginalized in society?
I'm marginalized. What do you mean by marginalized?
You know how black people compare to white people, right? In the US or most societies, how black people are compared to white. So do you think women and men, in that same sense, do you think there's a similar vibe in society?
On certain aspects, yeah. But those are just aspects that it just is what it is.
But in general, you don't think so?
Not really, no.
Interesting.
That's why we segued, and I was like, give me an example of how women don't have rights today. Like, name a right that women do not have today.
Which country are we talking about?
In the West, so US, UK.
It's different because now I don't think we're no longer fighting for. Thank goodness we fought for the other things like the right to vote, the right to drive. I think now we're fighting for other things like very human things. Like if you use Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we're basically fighting for, can I be self-actualized? Can I sit on the board of directors? Why is there now a need?
No, but they can't do.
Right. Yeah, but someone had to literally speak. So there is no women representation on the board of directors. If that's not right.
What you're talking about is a bigger issue, which I don't even think is necessarily an issue. It's just a different thing. Right now, you're right. We have come to a point where women can drive and women can vote, and then they can basically do anything they want. Mm-hmm. But that for me is like, okay, great, we've made progress. Now let's pause and let's think about our next move. But now Cardi B had to take it too far and say, no, you can go and dress up. Literally, there was a TikTok of a US politician twerking, and then 3 seconds into the twerk, she was like, now that I have your attention, please vote for blah, 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 blah. But then that same politician will come back tomorrow and say, don't sexualize women. It's not computing Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I would do like I would agree. Like, okay, don't sexualize women, but don't do that though. Like, why are you
But
twerking?
skills. If you're talking about how like they can't go out dressed a certain way, isn't that literally sexualizing
I'm
them?
not saying they can't. I'm not saying they can't. You can do what you want. I'm just saying perhaps is not the best idea. That's all I'm saying. That's all
Okay,
I'm
wait.
saying.
Let's rewind, right? Because you said you believe in equal rights and equal opportunities, right?
Of
So you're
course.
arguing that they have equal rights. Do you think they have equal opportunities?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think so.
That's how you're
Yes.
gone, bro.
No. Okay.
Be quiet. Rose, what do you have to say on this, please?
I mean,
You're eating.
no, I'm not eating. Well, like, I mean, to be honest, I'm mostly with you, Hadiza, on this one.
Thank you.
Skills. Yeah.
Skills are
Wait.
tweaking, bro. I'll be real with you. Like, you're
Okay, so I'm
actually.
tweaking that. What you think women
Then
do not
again, do
have
you know
equal
what?
opportunities?
To be fair to
I think
skills,
it's
to be
the
fair to skills.
mentality we're fighting you on now, skills. I think that
Which
is
mentality?
the mentality. The mentality that you feel like men will just be predators, men can't, it's
No,
just
I'm not
their
saying they will. I'm saying these things exist. So keep yourself safe. That's what I'm saying. I'm I'm literally on your side. I'm like, please
I feel
don't
like
go out
what
there and be
skills is
assaulted.
trying to emphasize is that like two things can be right at the same time. Like the
Pretty
Yeah.
fact
much, I
that, oh
guess. Yeah.
yeah, that liberation, but then at the same time, the fact that predators exist, we can't
Exactly.
pretend that like they don't.
Yeah. Like we can't pretend that's not a thing. So
So
wear what you
like
want,
in
but
the same
please be
vein, yeah,
careful.
in
Facts.
the same vein that you're expressing your liberation, you still have to exhibit some level of
Yeah.
caution, I guess.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, that's pretty much what it is. Like I said, and that's why I brought the race thing as an example. Yeah, like I should have equal rights even though I'm black. But I know there's certain spaces I would go to today and like I'm basically risking my life. But it just is what it is. It's not nice, but it's just me being smart. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So do we agree on that? Z? Yeah?
We do agree. We do agree.
Okay, now
I'm
now
so
have
like people who are not like sorry. Like some people are born into unfortunate circumstances. You
such
get
as
like the places where you try to avoid. There's people that have been born there. You get like some people are born to those like um areas where black people are raised to they're basically born to gangs and everything, and that's all they know.
Yeah.
Those are unfortunate circumstances. You wouldn't blame them for being born into that. You get and then it is like
okay. I
to
agree to a
believe
certain extent, yeah, but not
that
really.
you different. Sorry, what part do you disagree with?
So yeah, you can be born into like a bad area, but if you go into gangs and guns, that's a choice that you made. So you can't blame the area. That's my personal opinion,
Oh, I
sir.
heavily disagree.
Okay,
Heavily
well,
disagree with that.
nah, I don't see. You don't have to agree with me, but it just is what it is, though. But Z, please finish your points, please.
No, like I'm just saying, like those kind of circumstances, yes. You need to see that's the thing. I feel like there needs to be a flag bearer. There needs to be that servant that will sacrifice themselves to tell those people, hey, you can do better, you can be more.
Facts.
There literally has to be someone that's looking up to Jay-Z saying, you know what, I can actually get off the streets and become a rapper. So it's that hope
Facts.
that you're holding out for other people, saying, hey, look, which is, I mean, I don't mean to be inspirational or aspirational. Cardi B is basically trying to say, look, she was a stripper, now she's gone into like rapping and basically done her thing. Yeah, she could be doing it the wrong way, in the sense that if for the kids again, and they see that they're possibly getting the wrong message. So it's that you have the understanding now. If you just, are thinking in only one way, saying that, oh, this is bad, this is good, is that these things exist. Be liberal, do your thing, but have the understanding, or how do I even put it now?
But
Be
we're
aware.
saying the same thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
So having the understanding is still being aware and being able to keep yourself safe in certain situations. That's what I think, at least. Yeah, so
I'm still trying to channel that the mentality should be kind of like different. You
the
shouldn't,
mentality on whose side?
the men or the predators and all of those people.
Yeah, I mean, no, we can agree that predatory behavior is terrible. No, we would agree on that for sure. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I can't go out there and start predator hunting. Like I don't know where they are. So because I don't know where they are, please keep yourself safe. That's all I'm saying. Madam Z, final thoughts, please.
Final thoughts. This was an interesting one. For the first topic, I'd say that there should be some grace extended to people and that it can't necessarily be your past defining your future. I feel like you can change, you can rebrand, basically do what you want to do. Second topic, can you wife the whole? Yeah, it is like basically down to the individual's preference, like Rose said. And for what you guys went off on, I feel like there has to be some representation. If someone doesn't actually speak up, you might not even know there is an issue. If one babe didn't ask, or basically by some stroke of luck, ask her male colleague, oh, how much are you getting paid? And he told her the truth, which is why people started to disclose how much they want to pay, and companies are being forced to show the numbers they're paying. You wouldn't know. It is about like each person taking responsibility, male or female, to actually understand that there needs to be someone to speak up where there is an issue, where there is an imbalance. So that is my final thoughts on everything. Someone has to basically say, you know what, we should challenge this idea, challenge this notion or this line of thought. It is acceptable to actually challenge things that we think are right, basic like foundational societal thoughts. So that is just my 2 cents.
Yeah, why you gotta put your phone next to the mic, yo?
Oh,
God
my laptop.
That was hard.
It's my laptop that pinged. Apologies.
Oh, jeez.